Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, we have the skill trailers for both Plume and Hizuki Mari. I believe I said her name right. I don't know. Let me know. Actually, we'll probably hear it in this. So I haven't watched these. This is a first look at them. Let me know what you guys think of the skills in the comments. I'll give you guys my thoughts once we go through them. But yeah, let's jump in and see what they got. Wait, this one's muted. Oh.
Plume is a support-type ANIMUS, specializing in group debuffs.
That looks sick.
Her ultimate skill dispels enemy buffs, while applying lower defense and weakness.
Wait. It's already here. So we got an... Wait, is it AoE? That's the question. Wait, where'd the volume go?
Ultimate skill dispels enemy buffs, while applying lower defense and weakness. Okay,
that to me, it looks like she's an AoE buff strip whilst applying Death Shred and Weaken. So that's going to be big for Cleave. She's going to be one you don't want them getting through as their protected pick in Cleave, because if they can get like 2 boosters, her, in the protected pick, and then like 2 nukers, I feel like then you just lose if they, once again, outspeed. But if it's a lot of a tank meta, I feel like getting the strip of those immunities plus the Death Shred, you can still cut in front though, so it's not like the Giga end of the world. Veronica's still, there's going to be counters to everything, but I think that's pretty cracked to already have a AoE strip plus Death Break plus Weaken in one skill. That would have to be like a 5 or 6 turn cooldown at base and go down to, I want to say it's 6 down to 5, but it'll probably be 5 down to 4. We'll have to wait and see. But that's a pretty sick skill to start it off.
Her skill 2 can gradually stack Curse Quill, increasing damage dealt by allies.
Okay, so now she also has damage amplification on her skill 2. Is that a passive or an active? I'm curious. If it's a passive, that's insane, because now she has the strip, the Death Break, the Weaken, and that it can all apply into the first hit of a nuke.
Her skill 1 is an AoE attack, allowing her to quickly apply Curse Quill to all enemies.
Okay, so skill 1, AoE. Now, that's not too insane in this game. Well, obviously it has the Curse Quill debuff, but in other games, when you have stun sets, Raid with stun set, Summoner's War with Despair, when you have a basic that's AoE, it's always really nice once you get a stun set. So I think I would have to anticipate that eventually they will introduce a stun type set into this game where it's has like a, 20, 30% chance of stunning enemies when you hit them. And then those basic attacks with AoE become really valuable for that sort of stuff.
Plume excels in high difficulty PvE and PvP stages, controlling battles through rapid dispels and stacking debuffs.
Wait, rapid dispels? Does that mean she keeps doing it? Or maybe it just means at the start of the battle she can do it. I don't know what the rapid dispels means, but hey, it is what it is.
Skill 1.
Oh, here we go.
Plume deals damage to all enemies and applies 1 stack of Curse Quill for 1 turn. Curse Quill increases damage taken by the target and apply a lower speed.
Okay, so she has Death Break, Weaken, and Curse Quill, which is another way of doing this. And speed down. Now, I'm curious as if this is the speed down buff, or is this tied into Curse Quill, where it's like what Kloss used to be before she changed to Defense Break and Speed Break. It used to be her hacking in progress had an additional Speed Break. If this is an additional Speed Break, and you're already bringing another speed reducer, then it's really nice. But kind of like with Kloss, if it's just speed reduction, then it's also nice. But dude, that's a pretty full kit.
Skill 2, passive skill.
It's a passive.
When an enemy is debuffed, they gain Curse Quill. After each enemy unit takes action, grants turn meter plus to all allies.
When an enemy's debuffed, they get Curse Quill, which increases their damage taken and reduces their speed. And that's a passive. So, to me, this screams overpowered. But I could be wrong, because that means with her first ability, she's going to strip all buffs. She's going to apply Defense Break. she's going to apply Weaken, and because they've been debuffed, they get Cursed Quill. Now, is Cursed Quill stacking? Because it says 1 stack, so it must be stacking, which means she'll probably get 2 stacks of this Cursed Quill, which increases their damage taken further and also reduces their speed. So in one skill, when she comes into the battle, she's doing AoE Strip, Death Break, Weaken, another form of Weaken, and Speed Slow. That skill 3 has to be on like an 8-turn cooldown. That's fucking nuts in my opinion. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Let me go back a little bit.
Turn meter plus to all allies.
And
increases damage taken by the target.
Let's go here.
And apply a lower speed. Skill 2, passive skill. When an enemy is debuffed, they gain Curse Quill. After each enemy unit takes action, grants turn meter plus to all allies.
Dude, it's got turn gauge boost. So like even if like one of them cuts in front, like your other allies should be able to cut as well. Like, dude, that's kind of nuts. Ultimate. 3 hits AoE attack.
Ultimate. Plume deals 3-hit AoE attack, with each hit having a chance to dispel enemy buffs and apply lower defense and weakness. Weakness. Reducing damage dealt by the target.
Oh, weakness, not weaken. Oh, okay. That like it's still cracked, but now it's not pure damage amplification. It's also damage mitigation. So it's weakness, not weaken. Okay, so they deal less damage. Still not too bad, but that is 3 hits. It's going to depend on the activation rate. So, and is it going to act kind of like? I'm curious how it's going to act because the wording of this skill is going to be very important. Because if it's something like Diner, where it's like, okay, the first one, they try to apply Death Break, then if Death Break's on, it tries to apply the next debuff, and then so on. Now, I'm curious to see, does her ability only try to strip, and then if there's no buffs, it will try to Death Break. So if there's multiple buffs, she won't actually get the Death Break out. That's what I need to see, because if it's like, strips a buff, if there's no buffs left, does Defense Break. If it's got Defense Break already, then does the weakness. I'm curious to see how that applies, because if each attack just goes, okay, this attack is going to strip and Death Break and weaken, strip and Death Break and weaken, and it tries to do all 3 every hit, then that's going to be cracked. I got to see the skill, like the wording of the skill and the way it functions. Alright, that is Plume. Let's jump on to the next one, which is Hizuki Mari, I believe it said. Okay, here we go. Hizuki Mari. I tell you what, that first kit's pretty nice.
Hizuki Mari is a control-type Animus. Her ultimate skill applies AoE Petrify and lower resistance.
AoE Petrify and res down. Is Petrify what I'm thinking? It's like a stun? But I think Petrify, it might be kind of like, you know how freeze in this game means no turn meter manipulation? I think it's in other games I've seen, Petrify is also heal negation. So maybe it's like a stun and heal negate or something like that. We'll have to wait and see how it functions. But to me, it's going to be unable to move plus something else. That's my first impression.
Distance, disrupting enemy momentum. Her passive affects all units on the battle, increasing their attack while reducing incoming healing, making her a strong counter.
Wait. All enemies?
Momentum. Her passive affects all units on the battle.
Wait, all units on the battle. So does that mean
increasing their attack while reducing incoming healing?
Okay. I kind of like these abilities. Also, is that a new shell? Is that a new shell? Have I seen that shell? Am I tripping? Is that a low rarity shell that I have? Might have new shells. Dude, tell me what shell that is. That's really annoying me. Anyway, I like these kind of abilities where it affects the entire battlefield. So the idea behind this is if you're an attack team coming up against a tanky stall team, this is just a massive benefit for you. Now, because obviously your nukers aren't going to be healed as much, but healing isn't your strategy. Healing is their strategy. And the attack buff won't benefit the bruisers because they're dealing damage based on defense or HP or whatever. So it's meant, to me, she seems like a bruiser counter is what she's intended to be. So it feels like these two characters are both meant to help like attack-based PvP teams is what I'm getting at the moment.
Making her a strong counter to healers in PvP battles. Skill 1 deals damage to a single enemy with a chance to apply minus turn meter.
Okay, turn meter down on
Skill 2,
basic.
Passive Aura. Hizuki Mari grants all units on the battlefield increased attack but reduced healing received. Additionally, all allies cannot be buffed with increased attack.
That's kind of awkward because if you come up against an attacker on the enemy team and they can still be buffed by attack, but your allies can't, and the enemies are also getting her attack buff, it's kind of like I feel like in PvP, if you draft her early, then they pivot to attackers as well, and then they just don't ban her, and then they get like an extra attack buff, and then they can attack scale above that, which is kind of wonky, unless it's been translated wrong or something like that. But yeah, so what I'm assuming is you don't need an attack buffer. You just I'm assuming her attack buff value is the value of the normal attack buff, which is, what is it, 40%? 60 is defense and 40 is attack. I'm pretty sure, dude. Mind scrambled. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking it's meant to be like.
Hizuki Mari deals 2-hit AoE damage to all enemies, with a chance to inflict Petrify and lower resistance.
Ooh. Yeah, so to me, that is definitely a stun type effect, and I reckon it's going to have something else tied into it. Like I said, freeze, you got no turn gauge. That's got to have something else tied into it. Okay, both cool characters. Once again, it's all going to come down to seeing the skills and, activation rates and all that sort of stuff. I'm curious to see what Petrify actually is. Is Petrify in the game? Is there like a boss or something that has it, or an enemy unit that has it that I haven't seen? I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think they both look really, really solid. I think Hizuki Mari with the passive attack buff gives like your attackers like just more options. I think she's going to be a good counter to bruises. And I think, what was the other one? The other chick, Plume. I mean, I think she's going to be standard arena beast, like absolute beast for your standard arena team. Back to speed cleave offense. As for the rest, it's going to depend on her cooldowns for things like PvE, because, a strip with the defense break, plus reducing the damage enemies deal, plus further amplifying the damage they take, plus having an AoE slow on the basic attack. And I believe it said that slow and the damage taken increase is applied each time they receive a debuff. Now, does that have a cooldown? I don't know. But I mean, her kit sounds pretty cracked too. So honestly, I think these are two really solid characters, but I'll update you guys when we see the actual kits and the proper, activation rates, cooldowns, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.